Hey Cancer, welcome to your first of 2 readings for November. Couple of changes just so that you're aware. I bet you're surprised to see me. I normally would do the readings in groups of elements. So fire signs, earth signs, air signs, water signs. I'm changing it to just following the zodiac, Aries through Pisces. It'll be easier especially for newcomers to figure out when their reading is coming up, and I hope you will enjoy the change. Also, I'm no longer going to indicate first half of the month or second half of the month or the 1st through the 15th or the 16th through the 30th because people get very attached to those dates, and my readings are not date or time specific unless I do something special like I did for the blue moon on the 31st of October. So I'm just going to label it November and the year with reading number 1, reading number 2. Okay, so we'll see if that starts to help clear up some of the confusion that has been appearing in the comments. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope if you enjoy the reading, you'll consider subscribing. And for those who are returning Cancer, please double check your subscriptions. There have been some changes, updates to the platform, and sometimes, not always, but sometimes that impacts your default settings, and channels you were subscribed to just disappear. So go in and check and make sure you're subscribed, not just to my channel, but all the others that you like, and click the little bell so you get notifications. Okay, so that was my reminder. I'm going to pull 2 cards from Spirit Animal Oracle. This is a general reading for the collective of Cancer, Sun, and Rising. I do look at twin flame soulmate relationships, so that's what we'll be focused on here, as per usual. Okay. Ooh, neat. So masculine gets card 48, Porcupine Spirit, time for beginner's mind. Time for beginner's mind, right? When you're just going to start to embrace a new concept, you want to kind of clear the slate, be what do they call that in Latin, tabula rasa, blank slate, so that you can see things with new eyes. So the time for beginner's mind often reminds me a little bit of the Hanged Man, because you kind of pull back and stay in limbo as you wait for enlightenment, and also the Fool, right? So that's good energy. Feminine gets card 43, Owl Spirit, you see clearly now. 4 and 3 is 7, so that is definitely connection to your spiritual team, your higher self. You see clearly now. Nice. I love the owl as a spirit animal because of the wisdom thing, but seeing clearly is important, especially if something's been a little bit foggy or you've been lacking clarity on an issue. Could be any area of life, so give that a think. And here I'm going to pull 1 card from Whispers of Love, just for the Cancerians watching. A nice, gentle, loving energy to kick off November. You know, it's really bright in here, isn't it? I'm looking at all the light on me, and it's very shocking. Oh, this is gorgeous. True love. This love is once in a lifetime. Oh my gosh, this came out. Oh my gosh, I can't remember if it came out for Aries or Taurus, but yeah, beautiful. If you're dealing with an Aries or Taurus, you may want to check out that reading. It came out for them too. So beautiful and loving and gentle. Reminds me of the 2 of Cups, right? Ace of Cups, lovers. All right, Cancer, let's see what's going on in your connection. I remember the last 2 readings felt like a part 1 and a part 2. I felt like commitment was coming in. Something was on the horizon moving toward you in your connection that felt more stable and grounded and committed. We'll see where this takes us. So I also remember the Sun came out a lot for the masculine last time. Ooh, beautiful. Look, we have the 3 of Wands and the Strength card. So we have the masculine showing up in the energy of the Three of Wands. That is your ships coming in, but it's a card of manifestation. It's what you're calling into yourself. And the feminine showing up in the energy of the Strength card, Leo energy there. It's about having the courage. It's about, yeah, it's strength, but it's more courage and the perseverance and the confidence to overcome a hurdle or an obstacle. So I love the Strength card for you. Doesn't have to be that the feminine is Leo, and just remember you can flip the energies around if you need to. So if you relate to this side but you believe you're the feminine, that's fine. Let go of the labels as long as the storyline resonates, okay? All right. Beautiful, beautiful. There's the sun again. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my gosh. Now we have some extra Leo energy on both sides of the table. Got a couple of twos showing up. And there's the commitment card. There you are, Divine Feminine on the bottom. See, this was an issue in the last two readings also, Cancer, so I'll just say that. But I'm looking at the feminine and I'm kind of taken by the fact that I have two cards of perseverance here. This is how the feminine is showing up. This is their present experience of the connection, is that Nine of Wands, which is all about perseverance and pushing through a difficult cycle. So you're not really at the 10. It's not really complete, but you're kind of wrapping something up. In the past, we have the Two of Pentacles, which is sort of that preparation where you're sizing things up in real time, you're weighing realities on the ground, you're juggling your priorities, it feels more preparatory, but you're thinking quick on your feet. You're not moving forward though. That's the thing with the Two of Pentacles, but the Nine of Wands is moving forward inch by inch, even though they're very weary. And then we have this beautiful energy, the Taurus energy of the Hierophant in the future, a card of your, your beliefs, what you stand for, your true self. And also it's a card of conventional committed relationships, right? So there is that. Masculine is still manifesting. I love that energy and their present experience of the connection. We have that beautiful sun energy. Look at the two looking at each other. Those two faces, doesn't that look similar? Wow. Beautiful energy of the sun is this happiness, bliss, joy, enchantment with life. It all feels good. In the past, the Six of Wands is a card of reconciliation or creating a, moving toward a win-win situation, something where both parties feel satisfied. And then in the future, we do have this Two of Swords. That is a moment of it's like a crossroads where you go more internally to kind of get clear about something. I think it's interesting since the feminine got the owl, you see clearly now card, but it feels like this is the one where you're trying to see clearly. So maybe they came through reversed. We'll see. I can hear my long guys off in the distance, so pardon if that noise becomes distracting. I've tried to work around them today, but it didn't matter when I started to read, they came around. As soon as I clicked the camera on, they came around. I've been doing this for 2 hours. Now I can't push it any later, so you'll work with me, I'm sure. I hope you're well. I hope you're all safe and healthy and well. If you're in the States, I hope you're not neck deep in a vat of vodka waiting for the election results. Ah. Okay, Three of Wands with the Chariot. There's your card, Cancer. The Chariot is about, it's moving forward, but it's also victory. It's a card of victory. So I feel that this masculine is manifesting something that they want to move forward toward with victory, in victory, is causing them some stress and anxiety. That makes sense. The Nine of Swords is sort of like they're a little obsessed, right? They're a little running it on a loop in their head, and it's sort of interfering with the smooth flow of thought. You know, when you get stuck on something. So this feels like preoccupation. This masculine is very preoccupied with what's coming toward them, and it could be a Cancerian feminine. They're very nervous about it. It feels like anticipatory energy. Underneath, we have the Nine of Cups. That's like wish fulfillment, like contentment. Yeah, this is what will really make me happy and content. The Nine of Cups can sometimes be complacency, but that's not what I see here. It's underneath, so I kind of feel like what's motivating this masculine is just the desire to have their wishes fulfilled. Like everything's going to come together. It's all going to go off without a hitch. We have the two nines here. So that's nice. And I think there's a little mirrored energy because there's a 9 on this side of the reading as well for the feminine. So it feels like you're both nearing completion of a cycle. And yeah, when that happens, and look what's under that was the 9 of Wands. So now you're definitely mirrored. You're both kind of feeling the push. You're not giving up. That is a card of perseverance and not giving up. So even though there's this anticipation and that anxiety that comes with, you know, how you get very nervous, excited, that's what I see here. I feel like you've waited a long time for this. In the past, 6 of Wands for this masculine, a card of reconciliation if there was anything that was kind of off between you, but it's also a card of coming up with a win-win strategy, where you both come through it feeling like you got what you really came to the party for. Yes, indeed. There it is again. So this is a powerful message, dear masculine, if you're here as the masculine watching. It's acknowledging that in the past, this was your game. When I say game, I mean like that was your agenda, was to make sure that everything was satisfactory to both of you. One more on that, King of Wands. Yes, fully knowing what you wanted in your power. I love the King of Wands right there because it almost seems like if the King of Wands knows what they want and they go about like that's the I see it, I want it, I claim it, it's mine. That's the mantra of the King of Wands. If in order to get what you want, dear masculine, you've got to strike a bargain. That's what I see here. You're going to strike a bargain. So that's what happened, or is kind of sort of you're just moving through that energy right now. And then we have the Sun. King of Wands is also Leo, so there's Leo energy very powerfully on this side and over on the feminine side as well. What could that mean? If you're not dealing with the Leo Cancer, it could be a rising sign. It could be, I'm actually feeling... could be your moon. Oh, wow. So this looks to me like happiness after a heartache. You know, the Sun comes out and the 3 of Swords lands on it. So to me, it's almost as if the 3 of Swords is reversed. So the heart, you know, the heart wants what the heart wants, and it only is heavy and breaks when we either can't get that or when it's taken from us. But here, because I see the happiness, I'm reading it as it's coming through reversed. No more heartache. The heart is being healed here. Yes, lots of patience, temperance energy, that Sagittarian energy of the Temperance card, bringing everything into balance and flow, transmuting the energies, perfect, from this woundedness. Yes, no more woundedness to this happiness and bliss. Feeling safe and protected in your vulnerability. And doing so through this energy of self-control and restraint. It's the Temperance card is all about that. So that's really lovely. And then we have the 2. The 2 of Swords in the future. Sort of like quieting the mind so you can get clear. you know, blocking out all the noise and distraction. It is crossroads energy and as well. And there's the Seven of Wands, which does feel like a bit of resistance. So I want to get a better feel for what the resistance might be about. Tower. Aries energy in the Tower. Huh. Tower being the end of something's coming down that isn't stable. There's resistance around it. That Three of Swords could reference a past third-party energy. Yeah, look at that. I think I'm right underneath. Seven of Swords. So what does that mean? In the future, I feel like this masculine recognizes that there was something that isn't stable between you here that probably involves some duplicity or a perceived sense of betrayal, just general low vibe energy, because that's underneath. So it's not really in conscious awareness, but I kind of have a feeling that there's something that's coming down. There's this energy of pushback, defensive resistance, and then whatever is holding the masculine back. See, that's also like, you need to make a decision. You're at this crossroads, and they kind of hold back and resist and then kaboom. And I think what's driving the whole thing is some concern about either, you know, this is the liar, cheater, stealer card, or somebody who's trying to kind of pull a fast one. It feels like there may be some trust issues from this Three of Swords in the past. And what happens is it can kind of bleed through in the future and just present as resistance to kind of making the decision to move forward. I see the forward motion is desirable here, but I also see the Nine of Swords. And that Nine of Swords is kind of like running things on a loop in your mind. There's not going to be any giving up. That's good. But I have a feeling like this Tower kind of comes in to clear the path so that the masculine isn't preoccupied, or whoever this person is isn't preoccupied with something that felt dishonest in the past. Okay? And it could even be their own energy, right? Any past dishonesty of their own. So that Seven of Swords doesn't necessarily mean there's been lying, cheating, or stealing. Sometimes you can just be, you know, lying to yourself about something. It is underneath, so it's sort of out of conscious awareness, but it's creating the energy around the Two of Swords that leads to a Tower moment in the future. Normally when the Tower shows up, guys, it's like happening now, but not when I see it in the future spot. And for some of you, this could be happening right now. We're all on different timelines. But it just, to me, it doesn't feel like a warning that the Tower is going to come. It's just sort of letting you know that something's going to interfere with things moving forward smoothly, and the Tower energy will clear that path. And that can present in a million different ways. It can be an ultimatum, right? You're in or you're out, and I'm moving on. It could be something like that. It doesn't have to be a breakup or anything major. I'm just feeling resistance here for the masculine in the future based on some questions of trustworthiness or honesty, or their own sense of like fooling themselves. And that's what gets moved out of the way. So Strength card and the High Priestess for the feminine. Beautiful Pisces energy there, dear Cancer. That just to me kind of feels like this feminine has this inner knowing and is kind of feeling their way through this intuitively. There may be a very little communication here right now. You could be in separation in this connection at the moment, but I feel like the High Priestess is here on this Strength card because this feminine is just, garnering the courage and the strength to overcome a challenge or an obstacle here in the connection, and they're kind of doing it fully on intuition. Their connection to their higher self, their spiritual team, their insight, their own wisdom, inner knowing. Yeah, with regard to moving toward love, the Knight of Cups, either moving toward this masculine, which is what I think it is, going on intuition, gathering up the courage to move toward the masculine with love, and the masculine is calling it in. They are calling it in. Three of Wands with that Cancerian energy of the Chariot, right? Moving forward. Something's moving victoriously. Beautiful. Two of Pentacles in the past. It feels like a little bit of a block. Weighing options. Something went down here. Five of Cups. There's this regrets of the past, mistakes of the past. This is very backwards facing, based on something that happened that was either a regret or maybe grief or sadness or loss of something. And I feel like the focus was so much on the Three of Cups that the feminine here wasn't even paying attention to the two of Cups, which is, you know, that soulmate card right behind them. And they just kind of were weighing their options. Do I continue in this connection, or do I continue moving forward? I have regrets and fears. Wow, lots of fear. More Pisces energy in the moon. So a lot of insecurities being triggered kept this feminine in a state of I'm not sure, I'm not sure. And this masculine was pretty clear about what they wanted. Remember, King of Wands, and moving toward this feminine with reconciliation right after this Five of Cups. Something happened here. It was sad, disappointment. The Lone Man. And I kind of feel like this masculine was trying to find the win-win in the whole situation, but the feminine was really triggered, really unclear, not sure, apprehensive, and therefore kind of kept thinking about it, but didn't really take any action. Now we have that Nine of Wands again, that energy of Nine of Wands, Four of Cups. Oh my gosh, what a combo. So again, the Nine of Wands being this persistence, right? And the persevering, even though things are a real slog and a struggle. And there's this Four of Cups, a little bit of keeping the masculine at arm's length. You know, the Four of Cups can be rejection. That's not what I'm feeling. It can be friend zoning. I'm not even sure that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling a certain amount of emotional detachment, almost like as a self-protection mechanism, you know? How you say, well, I'm not going to let myself get too invested so that I don't get my heart broken. That's what I'm feeling coming through here. But kind of not giving up on the energy between the two of you. Really wanting to move toward love, but going on intuition. There's the Three of Wands. So more mirrored energy. Lots of mirrored energy in this reading. Yeah, manifesting, you know, what they want. I feel the feminine wants the love. I just feel they need more time to heal. Four of Swords. Yeah, that's coming out from underneath. Yeah. There's something that this feminine needs to heal from the past. So remember when I was over here saying that I think the masculine could even be motivated in the future by, you know, if they were fooling themselves over something. That's what I think it is. I think they feel that the heartache or what happened that was kind of painful for both parties is over. I'm not sure that it is. And I'm seeing that the feminine, while trying to manifest this connection, I still feel that the feminine needs more time to heal. And then we have the Hierophant in the future. Now that can be stubborn energy, so we'll see what clarifies it. It can be, doesn't have to be. So I kind of see a conversation in the future. Like I feel the feminine has lots of questions around the topic of commitment. We're back on the commitment theme, but see the Queen of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarian energy of the Queen of Swords is all about truth-seeking, truth-telling. So notice how her hand is extended there. I know it's hard for you to see. So there's an openness, a willingness to listen. But this is someone who's got a lot of questions. Excuse me. And the questions seem to be about the topic of commitment, or the masculine's beliefs around commitment. Yeah, and waiting, looking for this information. Page of Swords, little bit of I spy. This is, though, it's a message of truth. So I do feel both of these point to a truthful discussion, or at least a delivery of a message. Can be, you can text it. It doesn't have to be face to face, but it feels like some information is either what this feminine is going to be looking for. I need the truth. The truth about the feelings around commitment. And remember over here I said, has this masculine been lying to themselves? Or trying to fool? I don't mean lying intentionally. You know how like you think you're all ready for something, but then you're not. So I kind of feel like maybe even just the questioning itself could be a tower moment that the masculine resists, right? That pushing back, and then everything kind of blows up. And to me, it just, I'm not feeling it as super negative. I'm just feeling like, and I love that underneath we've got the King of Swords. So I feel this feminine really wants to be dealing with the masculine in their fullest, highest vibration of integrity and truth and honor. The King of Swords lives by a code and has high standards and high ideals. So I kind of feel like this feminine is going to be on a mission to get at some truth from this masculine, and wants it to come through with the highest vibration of integrity and truth and honesty possible. And the masculine kind of throws up the Two of Swords, right? It almost feels like they're kind of saying, whoa, 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 which is then clarified further by the Seven of Wands. Look at that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Back off, back off. And they're kind of been fooling themselves maybe a little bit. And then we have a Tower moment. So I'm not seeing the Tower moment as anything more harsh than possibly hanging up on someone. I feel like somebody's going to get a clap back. Yeah. That's what I feel. So, and you know what the beauty of these readings is that you can see this coming, and you have total free will to change the dynamic now so that this all goes through in the future more smoothly. I hope that helps. So what I want to do, dear Cancer, is see what you two need to focus on right now. Even if you're not in union, even if you're in separation or no communication, what can you focus on? What energy, what issue, what situation needs your attention? What is the block, the challenge, or the dynamic between the two of you around that issue? What can you do about it? Or what can you expect to come of it? And then we'll see what messages you're trying to send each other. One message to you, Cancer, from your higher self, spirit, or the universe. Let's see what kind of authentic advice comes in just for you. And then where are you going from here in the outcome card, and in what time frame? So if timing is a factor here, it would show up in that spot. I don't see any other signs that indicate timing right now, so we'll hope to see something there. All right, Cancer, I know we get a little bumpy in the future, but things look like they're good overall. I think we have to fine-tune some communication, all right? The link to the extended is below. I'm going to be there in a second, so I hope to see you there. Otherwise, I'll see you in a future reading. Take care.